All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, here at the Belmont. Josh Rengengoss with you, High Top Sports Network. And this is PIHL Class 2A hockey. And it is the Armstrong Riverhawks and Cathedral Prep Ramblers. In this one, Riverhawks currently in 5th place in a playoff spot. And Cathedral Prep making the long trip down here. To have a game tonight at 9 p.m. here at the Belmont. And you just watched Avonworth take care of business against Freeport. In the first game of our hockey doubleheader tonight. That pass floated. Oh, hit from behind right there. Oh, and it's going to be Rulo. Gets a... Oh, they give him a penalty. Yes, they do. Rulo heading to the box. And power play upcoming, just 53 seconds into this one. And so the Riverhawks going to be shorthanded here at the start of this game. Get you some numbers here coming up. Where are the old Riverhawks and Ramblers? And that faceoff won by the Hawks and sent down. And Cathedral Prep back with speed here coming through. Scoreless here in the first period. On a power play right now are the Ramblers. And just being patient. Lovely unis by the Ramblers here. Black and orange with just a crazy looking ram in the middle of that logo, and they will score a power play goal here, and that one looked like it got pounded in right at the side of the net there. And they're going to, the Riverhawks fans here are saying that puck was high and played with a high stick. I don't know. I think they gave it to, I don't know. Well, Trey goes, he's hearing it already. Oh, man. I wonder how that guy sleeps at night sometimes. He is basically the least liked person ever in this arena's history, I'm going to say. And he just keeps coming back. You got to applaud that. 1-0 is the score. And that puck will be down for an icing. And it is already getting dicey for the officials here. They're saying, the Riverhawks fans might have had a gripe right there. Now that puck was up in the air and it came down. And it looked like, I thought, that it was number 26, Ethan Cunningham, that got the goal. And Howman takes a shot on the glass right here in front of the Riverhawks fans. And they are not pleased as Prep keeps it in. And in the corner, and taken to the ice in a headlock. And play is stopped down there in a corner. It's already devolving here in the start of this game. Let's hope that it doesn't go any further. Well, the faceoff comes out of the Riverhawk zone. And that one we played up the boards, but just rifled back down in by Cathedral Prep. And puck picked up there by Kutch and trying to get it out, but it hops over the stick of Chrisman. And out of there with it, up to Chrisman, and try to quick tap that pass, and a turnover in the slot, but luckily Kutch right there to stop that. And Prep coming the other way. And that one off of a stick and down deep, so it won't be icing. Oh, and a big hit by Rulo behind the net. He flattened one of the Ramblers, and it was a clean shot. And Rulo tried to find Bundy on the centering pass. And Riverhawks trying to control the puck here now. Oh, lost it right there. Skated away from it. And that centering pass knocked down. Yes. Puck is loose in front. Bunch of sticks on the ice looking for it. And it's well, still in the Armstrong end here. Cathedral Prep doing a great job holding it in, and Riverhawks trying to get it out and get a line change at the moment. And they finally clear it. As that puck off the boards and back in, shot wide of the net right there. And so far the Riverhawks have been back on their heels a little bit. Haven't gotten a chance to get a scoring opportunity here. Down in, and that one's thrown in on net. And the face-off will be in the Ramblers zone. Face-off one, quick shot. That was Jake Graff firing. Kutch rebounded and seen the whole way in by the goaltender for the Ramblers. That's Ian Brown in net for the Riverhawks. That was Kutch from the blue line with that shot, and it was just a high kind of sailor. Rexton Huff in goal for the Riverhawks, if I haven't mentioned that already. Armstrong actually out shooting, according to the board down there behind the net. Here on the left side of Brown, they're actually saying Riverhawks have a 2-1 advantage in shots on goal. Not sure about that, maybe. And more extracurricular activities behind the net here, kept in by Kutch. And knocked away. Rulo after it. And Prep, unable to get it out. Kutch kind of fanned on that, trying to get it deep. And sent down the other way by Prep, and that will be an icing on the Ramblers. So the faceoff comes all the way back down. And up to center ice. It was a 3-on-3 there. Riverhawks good hustle back. And a hit in the corner. Puck get turned over right there. And tripped from behind. They will get a penalty. And finally, the Armstrong faithful gets its penalty. The Riverhawks going to go on to the power play here. So first real scoring opportunity here for Armstrong. And that one's sent back down the ice. That'll kill a few seconds. Huff hands off to Rulo. And back in deep. And going to be an icing on the Riverhawks, so a choppy start to this power play. Oh, slider down there. Ramblers win the faceoff and they play it back out of their own zone. And they'll circle all the way back down around by Brown. And send it up the ice. Rulo cuts it off nicely. And Rulo breaks into the zone. Tried to center right there. Nobody home. And cleared out by Prep. And that one coming back in and skating it down was Jake Graff. It was coming in on Huff. Huff getting ready for some possible fireworks there as Cathedral Prep was closing in, but Jake Graff just so fast. He's just skating around still with the puck. He's just crazy fast. I mean, I can't even imagine moving that fast. And trying to set it up. And that one's sent back down toward Huff. Graff controlling it. And just into the zone, but Prep able to work it back out. And send it up, and we have a whistle. What's going on here? Not 100% sure. Oh, the official just skated off and into the Riverhawks penalty. Oh, and he's taking a seat. Hope he's okay. I don't know if he got caught with something. I'm going to take that off the box. He does not look like he's in great shape. I don't know if he got caught with a puck up top. He grabbed his throat there, so it looked like maybe caught a puck or a stick or something. But we're going to take a quick commercial here, and we'll be right back.
Armstrong Indoor Athletics, located at 132 South Grand Street Avenue in downtown Katanning, offers a state-of-the-art training facility and top-tier instruction by experienced coaches to help turn your youngster into the best baseball or softball player they can be. Batting cage and bullpen lane rentals are available for 30 to 60-minute sessions, and you can also sign your baseball or softball player up for private hitting, pitching, fielding, and catching instruction with our knowledgeable staff. Be sure to visit Armstrong Indoor Athletics online at AIA.team or call them at...
Well, apologies to AIA. Trago fashion, he just took the puck and dropped it while the other official was in the Riverhawks penalty box being treated by the Armstrong training staff. Looked like he must have caught something up in the throat area. That's under the chin. That's where he was grabbing when he came off. And hope he's okay, but Trago just started it right up. And that was without warning. He basically blew his whistle, made everybody get to center ice real quick and dropped the puck. And we're back underway, so Riverhawks do not score on their power play. They trail 1-0 right now to the Ramblers. 8:39 left here in the first period. And puck loose at center ice. And sent coming the other way. And that puck bounces around, gets out of the Armstrong end. Here's Kutch, finds Graff at center ice. And trying to get in is Rulo. He was being grabbed from behind there, no call. I don't know how you could possibly call a penalty on that side of the ice when you're over on this side of the ice, but we're doing it. We're going one official here. And here comes Aiden Miranda with speed. And mixing it up along the boards there. And Miranda, well, the Ramblers step around him. And they got some numbers right now. Fired. Rexton Huff with the save. And a second attempt there, knocked away. Loose puck in front, and a Rambler lands on Huff. That was whistled down by Trago after the fact. And face-off coming to the right of Rexton Huff. And back out to the blue line. Won by the Ramblers. Oh, that one not deflected. I think that one got clean through to Huff. But Huff made this save, and there was some pushing and shoving after the save was made by Huff. And face-off won by the Riverhawks, sort of. Able to get it back on net are the Ramblers. And they hold a 1-0 lead, 7:22 left in this first period. And coming the other way are the Hawks. Miranda lost it right at the Cathedral Prep blue line. And that will get deep into the zone. Thanks to Shafer's HVAC, tonight's official broadcast partner of Riverhawks hockey. Sean Shafer and all the great folks at Shafer's HVAC. Longtime sponsor here on High Top Sports Network. Glad they could jump in and do some hockey tonight. And now's the time. You got furnace issues. Nobody wants to be cold, especially in these temperatures. Shafer's HVAC, they offer emergency service. So if you have an emergency in the dead of winter, in the dead of night, in the middle of night, in the middle of winter, Shafer's HVAC will be there for you. I think I've told this story once before. I stopped in to talk to Sean about something, and they have this whiteboard up, and it just had names all the way down it. It was right at the end of fall. It had names all the way down it, and that was just calls for that day, and people were just coming in. Technicians and stuff were coming in, just boom, knocking names off the list. It was really impressive. I was only in there for like 20 minutes. And just the fluidity of the operation there. They were, furnaces going down and, just stuff like that. And, a couple guys that I'm in a golf league with actually told me a story that one time the AC went out and it wasn't even, really Shafer's products or anything like that. Not really their, they weren't under warranty or anything like that to fix it. They weren't under any obligation. They came out and fixed it anyway. So that's just the kind of care and service you're going to get with Shafer's HVAC. Check them out. They serve the entire area: Armstrong, Indiana, Butler, Westmoreland, Allegheny counties. And very reputable people, great business ownership, and fantastic employees. Shafer's HVAC for all your heating and cooling needs. You don't need cool right now, trust me. I'm sure you know that. But maybe you were in Florida for 2 weeks. And you're thinking, oh, it's nice and warm. No, it's not. Well, check out Shafer's. They will take care of you and your family and make sure that you guys are warm during this very frigid Arctic snap we've been enduring the past couple of weeks. Well, past week at least. So back and forth we go, 1-0. Cathedral Prep Ramblers on top of the Riverhawks here in this PIHL Class 2A varsity hockey matchup. And we've got our second official back. Seems to be okay. I don't see any bandages, so maybe he just caught one. Short of breath. Miranda laid a good check over there. Far corner. And the puck bounces around. Controlled by Prep. Fired it down in. Trying to grab it right there. And put it down was Klingensmith, but oh man, a big hit between Klingensmith and one of the Ramblers. That was number 17 for Cathedral Prep. In my roster up here, wherever it went. And that puck Brought out by Duncan. And turned over there in the Ramblers zone. That was Noah Diley, or Dilly. I don't know how you would say it. Diley, I guess. It's spelled like Riley, so I'll go with Diley. Puck right here in front of me. Battle between Jonas Miller and number 77 for the Ramblers. And that was Austin Edmonds. And Miller won that battle, but puck turned over again by the Riverhawks, and here come the Ramblers through the neutral zone. Pass in front, Huff. Well, he was able to knock that aside. Not much on that shot by... Ooh, hit right here. Chrisman getting after it with number 38. That's Tucker Kinnear. And a shot on Huff. That one missed the Armstrong goaltender and went wide. Bounced off the boards all the way out. 2:24 left here, first period. Turnover there. Rulo tries to play it deep. To no avail. Here comes Prep. 2-on-2. Fired in. Huff. And Huff makes two saves right there. The initial shot and the rebound. So Huff standing tall, especially on the rebound by Chris Brewski. And here comes Mirando. He fires in, and Ian Brown with the glove. So a couple of nice saves there by Huff. The initial shot, rebound came off right onto the stick of Brewski, and Rexton Huff was on point there, making two big saves on a rush by the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. Out shooting the Riverhawks now 9-4 in the first period here. Here's Kutch. That one deflected and taken over by Prep, but they lose the puck. And regained by Armstrong. And Klingon-Smith, a little tap pass right there by Graff, trying to get it ahead. And down low again, Brown behind the net, hands it off to Garrett Schwartz. And a turnover right there, but Prep working for it. Rulo and Kutch here for Armstrong. And that one played across by Schwartz. And a little trouble getting out of their own zone here. Good forecheck by the Riverhawks. And Schwartz trying to skate it around. Graff right there with a good stick cuts it off. But coming to the aid of his teammate right there was Hyatt Hetz. And another shot in on Huff. Save made, kick to the corner. And Howman picks up the puck. Cross ice pass. Good pass there by Howman to Rulo. Graff streaking down the middle. And that shot by Rulo goes wide of Brown. Played up off the glass here. Fast moving action. And again, get it ahead. Quick shot blocked down. And that rebound goes to the corner. Riverhawks get after it. Dumped back behind was the puck by Rummel. And the puck comes to Rummel. He sends it to the far corner, but it gets cut off there by the Ramblers. Back and forth through the neutral zone. Final 10 seconds. Well, send it up ice. Let's see if the Riverhawks get a shot off here. Going wide is Rummel. And doesn't look like a shot will be incoming. And that's the end of the first period. Fast-moving game. Cathedral Prep out shooting Armstrong 10-5 in the first period. 1-0 lead for the Ramblers. Power play goal for Cathedral Prep. Thanks again to Shafer's HVAC, tonight's official broadcast partner, scoreboard sponsor, and player of the game sponsor. Make sure you check them out for all your heating and cooling needs. Their info right up there at the top on your scoreboard there, as you can see. I hope you're able to join us for Sarcoma Awareness Night. The previous game here between Freeport and Avonworth. All proceeds raised tonight, benefiting the Crawford family. Melissa Crawford, mother of 2 Freeport players, battling sarcoma in the hospital tonight, so hope she enjoyed the game. I mean, the score wasn't favorable for Freeport, but had a son that scored. Her other son is the captain, so hopefully Mom got to watch and enjoy that a little bit. See her son's out on the ice. Hopefully she's back soon in the arena here at the Belmont and watching in person as we get ready to head to the second period. Well, that was a fast-paced first period. Saw a little of everything. Some good goaltending, some good offensive chances. A goal by Cathedral Prep that, let's just say the Armstrong faithful were disagreeing with vehemently. So the face-off to open the second period upcoming. Riverhawks trail by a goal. Armstrong faithful getting a little bit loud here as we open the second period. And the Ramblers control. And they will send it down deep behind Rexton Huff, who had a good first period. A couple of big saves by Huff to keep this just a 1-0 game. And Riverhawks try to clear right there. They cannot cut off. And from behind, Rulo knocks it away. Kutch sends it up the ice, but that one stopped at center ice and fired back across the blue line by the Ramblers. And another save by Huff. That one off the right leg. Rexton Huff standing tall so far in early going of this one. And puck still in the Armstrong end here, and that one fired past. And all the way down for a quick icing right there as Ashton Duccini was kind of playing on the glass right there, trying to stop anything that came his way, but that one was fired out by the Riverhawks, and they will be called for the icing. So the face-off coming to the right of Rexton Huff. And controlled by the Riverhawks, but turned right over by Mirando, and in front, glorious opportunity for the Ramblers as Hyatt Hetch just fires it high. I think Huff must have got a piece of that as the way it deflected up into the netting behind the goal. Mirando tried to, I think, lob that out, and he just didn't get enough on it, and it dropped right in front of Hetz, who pulled the trigger. Again, another turnover by the Riverhawks. Stopped on the short side there by Rexton Huff, and out of the zone with a little bit of speed here. Rulo gets around a man. Here comes Rulo, and diving to cut off the passing lane. A nice play right there by Matthias Sprickman. I think it's pronounced Matthias, as my brother was in Germany for several years, and he had a buddy named Matthias, and I think it was spelled that way. I mean, Matthias is still with us. It's still my brother's friend. I talked about him in the past tense. I didn't mean that. Matthias, if you just happen to be watching from Deutschland, sorry, buddy. I know you're still here. As that one fired in on Huff and gloved and held by the Armstrong goaltender. So face-off again to the right of Huff. And one there by Bundy. The Riverhawks finally get it out. Here comes Bundy. Trying to take it right through the teeth of the Prep defense, and turned over right there. Back come the Ramblers. And that one just backhanded softly wide of the net around the corner. And played around here is Austin Edmonds, tracks it down, fires in front. That was a centering pass. And that one gets away. And we'll head back down toward Brown. And Jonas Miller, fresh off the bench, comes flying in to get that loose puck. Trying to set up a scoring opportunity here in front of Brown, and poking for it are the Riverhawks, but Brown able to cover it up. So Armstrong being outshot, as I mentioned at the beginning of the second period, 12-7 now. Ramblers in front in the shots on goal category. And Miller in to take the face off. That is won by the Ramblers, but the Riverhawks gain control and sent toward the slot. Nothing doing there for the Riverhawks. And back the other way. Here come the Ramblers, cut off. And Chrisman trying to get that puck out. Turnover. And gloved again, Rexton Huff. He has seen the angles tonight. And he seems to be in pretty good position every time that Prep lets loose of a shot. 13:57 left here in the second. .57 left, second period, 1-0. Cathedral Prep on top of the Armstrong Riverhawks here, PIHL Class 2A hockey. You're watching High Top Sports Network. Josh Rettengoss with you this evening. And a centering pass. That one kind of floated on Chris Brewski. Ooh, sidestep and a check right there. Out of there with some speed is Mirando. And lost the puck again. Cathedral Prep cutting off the Armstrong attack. And they get back nicely and get into position. They get in those passing lanes, and it's hard for the Riverhawks to keep it moving forward. Here's a pass off the boards. Rulo picks it up. And Rulo tried to center it for Graff. That one deflected into the corner. And Rulo comes around with it, has it out. It's a dot. Brown with the save. And the rebound is controlled by the Ramblers. And right up the gut here is Hetz. And Huff. And well, we got a Rambler in the net right now. And Huff was able to see that, cut it off short side. Nice dangle right there, firing it towards an open man on the corner. That was Hetz. And Huff able to get his body over there and just lay on top of that puck. Cover it up and get the face off. And do we have a call here? Looks like 5-on-5. And that face off, controlled by the Ramblers. Rulo over to get it. Here's Miller with some speed. And Miller hauled down. That's going to be a penalty on Cathedral Prep, as Jonas Miller had some speed and he just got hauled down from behind. So the Riverhawks get another power play, unable to cash in on the first one. And heading to the bin of sin, number 23, Garrett Schwartz. Get the tripping call there. So Ramblers are a man down right here for the next 2 minutes, barring a Riverhawks goal. Rulo lost that faceoff. Graff back at the blue line there, playing in a different position. I don't think I've seen him back there on a faceoff. And that one's sent across. Here's Graff. Graff drops it off. Chrisman just sends it back up and around the boards. Rulo over there. That one pops back to Kutch. And some jostling for it. Graff over to cut it off, and it gets through his skates there. Got back in time. That just took a weird bounce. I think it went down through his skates. I couldn't really tell, or down between his legs. Here comes Graff with some speed. And they cut him off. And clear the zone. Cathedral Prep choking off that Riverhawks attack right now. 1:08 left on the power play. Trying to get it up forward. Graff cut off by two Ramblers that time. And Cathedral Prep able to clear the zone once more. Rulo back to get it. Here comes Rulo down the far side. Ducks under a check. And still Prep able to knock it out of there. So the Riverhawks not getting any shots so far on this power play. With that puck taken away from Graff by Tucker Kinnear. And fired back down the ice. Another clear for Prep. 25 seconds left on the power play for the Riverhawks. They have gotten nothing going on their power play opportunities this evening. And Graff takes a quick check of the clock. He tries to break in. And going after the puck, and Graff is rocked right there in the corner by Michael Curatori. Or Curator, I don't know if he pronounces the E. But wow, I'm going to have to get the pronunciation on his name. Sometimes an Italian name, they'll pronounce the E, sometimes they won't. Usually they do. Me being very not Italian, I like to make sure that I say things correctly. Plus, I have an affinity for the Italian culture. Mainly the food. So the Riverhawks 0 for 2 on the power play so far tonight. And Jonas Miller, good stick there, pops it away. Chrisman trying to get down after it, but Ramblers, very good puck control this evening. And they have not made many mistakes while handling the puck so far. Haven't given up any turnovers that have led to good scoring chances. And sending that puck back down in. Strange hops. Oh boy, here comes Huff, and he gets around, able to stop that attempt. I don't even think he saw Austin Edmonds with the puck, but Huff, a great save at the last second. Edmonds skated around some traffic, and I'm not sure Huff knew he had the puck and able to kick it out there. What a save by Rexton Huff. He's been great tonight. 15 saves on 16 shots, and the one that got past him, well, not many people here agreed with it. Thought it was up high there, played with a high stick. But ever since that moment, Huff has been a brick wall in net for the Riverhawks. And the faceoff down now to the left of Brown. That puck gets out. So Brown hasn't had to face much action. They say 8 shots, but none of them really all that golden for the Riverhawks. And that puck gets into the zone. And they're going to call an icing on it. Well, I'm not sure if that was touched up or not over there on the far side boards. That was Casimir Duncan. And they're going to say no. The official's calling an icing. So back down into the Riverhawks end we go. 8:47 left, second period, thanks to Shafer's HVAC. Tonight's game sponsor. I'm not even going to say cooling. I'm not going to say just all your heating needs, okay? Because I don't even want to think of the word cool right now. My hands are a little chilly. But that's it. Staying moving here, get the blood pumping. I have to stand up every now and again. Got a major cramp in my calf there last game. I'm glad I didn't lose my mind over it like I did at West Shamokin that one night, but I was in a different position, and it was painful. This one I could just stand up. And trying to break out of the zone. The Ramblers. Turnover right there. Oh, stick and a big hit behind the play on Bundy. No call. That was a high shoulder up into the head and shoulder area of Bundy. And, I mean, I get you don't want to call every single thing. You can't, but holy man, there's some stuff that's happening behind the play that I don't think either of these officials are seeing. Centering pass, and Huff diving for it, tries to cover it up. Loose puck still goes through the slot. Nobody there. And that shot missed high and wide short side. And after it for the Riverhawks was Grayson Milligan out there. And that puck just getting past the stick of McFadden, and then a big hit, and a penalty will be called. That's going to be an interference penalty. So another power play opportunity for the Riverhawks on the interference. And that was Michael Coratori. I think. Coratori? Hopefully? Maybe? So you have a gentleman filming for Cathedral Prep down here. I'm going to have to ask him some pronunciations. He's right below me. All right, face-off coming. Third power play opportunity of the game for the Riverhawks. 0 for 2 so far. Did nothing on that last one. Didn't even get a shot, I don't believe. And pushing it up the ice. Here comes Mirando. He's got speed. Mirando drops it back to Chrisman. Chrisman. And that puck up into the rafters here at the Belmont. Rulo tried a slap shot on the move. Deflected. Good stick there by Prep to deflect that one up into the support system of the Belmont here. These rafters. Face-off won by the Riverhawks. Mirando surveys. Mirando down to the corner there. Mirando fires that one deflected to the far corner and cleared all the way down in on Huff. And Huff will drop it off to Mirando. 6:34 left in the second period. Riverhawks power play opportunity number 3. And that puck gets across here. Right at the blue line, poked away from Chrisman. Nice stick there by Ethan Cunningham. And Rulo dancing, gets across the blue line. Rulo in, double teamed right there. Hits Chrisman, who was in his way. And I don't think Rulo knew that was Chrisman. He came up with the gloves up a little bit. Oh man, Rulo just wanted to get through there, and his own teammate was in his way a little bit, and he was not pleased. Back in, Mirando. Still no shots on this power play. I don't think the Riverhawks had a shot on the last power play either. Now we got some speed coming out for the Ramblers, shorthanded. Breaking in on Huff. That one, good hustle. Wow, what a play there to get back and get a stick on that shot by Brewski. And now the other way. Rulo hauled down and landed upon. And the whistle blows in the corner. Oh man, Rulo had a defender on his back the whole way down the ice there. And just driven into the ice. So there's 8 seconds left on the original interference minor to Michael Coratori. And let's see what's happening here as we got another Rambler headed to the box. That is Matthias Sprickman. And well, 5:25 left. I think somebody called a timeout. And an additional minor penalty going against Cathedral Prep. That one going against Sprickman. And so I don't know if Coach Jeremy called his timeout. It seemed, well, Rexton Huff was by himself over there in the net. Hey, Rexton, we'll put you on here. By himself. Everybody else is at their bench right now. And the ice is empty aside for the Riverhawks goaltender, who has been fantastic tonight. 15 saves for Huff in net for Armstrong. And the one goal was a fluky goal, kind of popped up in the air and possibly played with a high stick. No call, so it wasn't disallowed. It counted for Cathedral Prep, and that's the only goal on the board. So far, we are about 29 minutes in game time into this game. And the Riverhawks only have 8 shots on goal. Their power play just can't get ramped up. They're going to have a chance here, 5-on-3 for 8 seconds. And then they will have an additional minor to Sprickman. Hauled down Rulo in the zone here. Oh, and that, I don't know if Coach's stick broke or what. He couldn't get anything on that pass, and back down on Huff. So The 5-on-3 that lasted only 8 seconds is done. And now the minor to Sprickman goes for another minute 43. So Mirando, Chrisman pounding his stick looking for the puck. Mirando had his back turned, didn't see him. Out of there is Jonas Miller. Miller behind the net, sends it up off the glass to Kutch. And Kutch sends it down deep. Here's Chrisman. And a short side shot by Miller. That is stopped by Brown. So that's the first shot on the power play in the last, oh boy, about 3 minutes of power play time for the Riverhawks. 4:47 left, second period. PIHL Class 2A hockey tonight here on High Top Sports Network. Thanks to Shafer's HVAC, our game sponsor tonight. And that one's sent back down the ice. Another clear by the Ramblers. And sent up toward the board. That one gets past. And now Ruler's going to have a chance, maybe tracking it down. And throws his body in there. But somehow, some way, Cathedral Prep comes out of there with it. They're going to get a shorthand breakaway opportunity. Here comes, wow, Huff. That one hit the outside of the post. I think Huff did get a piece of it. That was Brewski busting in on net all by himself. He went to the backhand, but Huff might have got a piece of it. It hit the post for sure. So Rexton Huff, I would credit him with a save on that for sure. No shot on goal up on the board, but oh man alive. I heard something tick right before I heard the post, so I'm guessing that was either, the butt end of his stick or part of his stick and then the post. But Rexton Huff shutting it down. And that one bounces away from Rulo. Back in Cunningham. Will Cunningham fire? He does, up high, and that one gets a piece of Huff again. And the Riverhawks power play about to end right here. And oh, what do they got? Offsides here? So that is an offsides right there. Puck drop will come out of the Armstrong end. And face-off won by the Riverhawks, but again, a power play comes to an end. Nothing doing for Armstrong. And fired in on Huff from long distance. And a hit by Chrisman on Cunningham right there on the boards. And down in the corners, they scrap for it. Miller trying to get it. And Chrisman will end up with the puck. Here comes Chrisman. Got Miller as a trailer. And no dice once again. The Riverhawks just can't find it. Got to give credit to Cathedral Prep. They are handling the puck very, very well tonight. Not giving it up in bad spots. And neither of the Riverhawks, really. I mean, really, neither team has had a ton of great chances. We had a breakaway here shorthanded by Brewski for Cathedral Prep. Circling back to try and get that was Miller. And here comes Cunningham. He's got a man in the slot. Back to Cunningham. A little tic-tac-toe, but it doesn't work over the stick of Cunningham. And he was trying to work that with Sprickman. And puck, well, kind of fanned on that a little bit. Couldn't really get much mustard on that clearing attempt. Grayson Milligan, he just get kind of, it's like when you chunk a shot in golf, you hit the heel of your club and it's just, ugh. That's the sound you make when you do it, trust me. And then some choice words, of course. Back behind the net. Ramblers are up here 1-0, and they send it down center ice. And that puck's still loose at center ice, and it's going to be down into the Armstrong zone. Swinging around, lost it there for a split second. Did Duncan, but he regathers, and now Rummel's going to have it. Rummel trying to get it ahead. And this is Mitchell. And Mitchell gets it in on net, and trying to crash from the opposite side was Rummel. And Brown covers it up. Boy, Brown is big there in net. That's a large human playing goal for the Ramblers. Looks like he's about 7 feet tall on his skates. Oh, man, he's huge. Wouldn't be surprised if not much got past him. He's a big boy. Ian Brown, the goaltender for Cathedral Prep, pitching a shutout right now. And Rollo, that Bauer tried to slap her from up top right at the blue line. That's deflected out of play. So 1:10 left here in the second period. A 1-0 game. Cathedral Prep got a goal early in this one. And so far, not much else in terms of scoring opportunities for either side, really. And Brown has been good, but Rexton Huff has been better down in the Armstrong net. Just from the time of that first goal, which, as I said, is kind of fluky. And here's another breakaway, and oh, man, 5-hole Cunningham beats Huff. Nice shot there, kept it low. Looked like he was going outside for the wrist shot, then brought it back in 5-hole along the ice. And Cathedral Prep now up 2-0. As we hit 59.5 seconds left to that goal. Just under a minute left in the second period. And Cunningham, that was a good fake. I mean, you know, he went, like, it looked like he was going to try and go outside, blocker side, maybe go high on it, and then got Huff to open up and just slid it through the 5-hole there along the ice. So a goal by Cunningham makes it 2-0. And Riverhawks are going to have to do some heavy lifting here in the final period, it looks like. 48 seconds left here in the second. Just dumped in on Huff. He plays it to the side. Right there to the defenseman, Ethan Klingensmith. Pardon me. And an icing on the Riverhawks. 29.6 seconds left here in period number 2 at the Belmont Complex in West Katanning. Thanks, as always, to Gary Montabell. Fantastic host, what's the word? I want to say proprietor of this facility. What's the word? There's a word. It's a fancy word that I wanted to use to describe Gary, because if you know Gary, he is fancy. I was going to say the caretaker, but that's not really the word. But Gary is fancy. We'll just leave it at that. That's a shot from up high there. That was a good look, but I think it got blocked down in front as Ashton Duccini tried to pull the trigger from right above the slot. And now turning and firing, and that one blocked down. That did not feel good, I'll bet. As Klingensmith took that one in the midsection, and that'll do it. Here in the second period, 2-0. Cathedral Prep leads this PIHL Class 2A hockey matchup. Quick look at the standings here before I finally make a break to the restroom area. I haven't been able to get down here yet. I'm up in a perch. So I did want to point out the standings right before the Zamboni came on the ice. But, yeah, I'm going to have to take a quick break here. Just jump off as the officials are removing the nets. So we will get the AA standings right now. And a little switch up this year in Class AA, just one division. It is the Class 2A. Riverhawks hanging in a playoff spot right now, 6-6 on the year, 22 points on the season. Cathedral Prep just above Armstrong, 9-4. They got 29 points on the year. And Riverhawks, a couple shootout losses. Cathedral Prep has an overtime win and no losses in OT or shootout. So, boy, you'd like to gain some ground if you're Armstrong here and solidify that playoff spot. Riverhawks, everybody looking up at Penn Trafford and Greater Latrobe. Those teams both tied with 39 points atop the standings. Penn Trafford 12-2-1-1. No shootout losses. And Latrobe 13-2-0-0. No shootout losses. Fox Chapel right behind them with 37 points. 12-2, 0-0, and 1 shootout loss. Then you got Cathedral Prep and Armstrong. So the Riverhawks right now in 5th place, right above Bishop McCourt. McCourt has 19 points, 6 and 8, and a shootout loss for the Crushers. And there's one other thing I wanted to look at here. It was the Riverhawks game schedule. There we go. And that's just this week. I need the whole thing, baby. Game schedule. Trying to open it. There we go. All right, Riverhawks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games remaining. Well, nope, that's 6 games counting tonight. Now, we'll see you next week on High Top Sports Network. Actually, the next 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Oh, man alive. Maybe, and there's going to be a game rescheduled for the one that was snowed out last week. So, Riverhawks have Penn Trafford at home next week. That's a big one. Then on the road to Fox Chapel, again, another team atop them on the standings. Then Hempfield and Baldwin back-to-back weeks at home. Got to win those if you're Armstrong. Then Latrobe on the road. And I do believe... Nope, the Baldwin is rescheduled from last week. So 5 games remaining for the Riverhawks. And those are all, not must-wins, but boys sure would like to win type games for Armstrong. All right, that's it for now. I got to run down and make a sprint to the young gentleman's restroom up in the heated area. I'm going to warm my hands up too. But we'll be back for the 3rd period here on High Top Sports Network. Josh Reckengast thanking you once again for tuning in. Thanks to Shafer's HVAC, our official broadcast partner, scoreboard sponsor, and player of the game sponsor tonight. And I got just about, 3-4 laps for the Zamboni, so I shall return. Be right back for the 3rd period. Oh man, well, I sprinted across from the concession stand here. Saw one of our friends of the network, Armstrong County Commissioner Pat Fabian, working the concession stand tonight. So just give me a second while I catch my breath. Wanted to get back over here because I saw the teams getting ready. And I mean, look, I'm old. Maybe a bit out of shape, who knows? Definitely not as good as I once was. But I am a little impressed with myself. It was a dead sprint from the other side of the rink, hot dog in hand, and I made it. All right, I think I have my breath back. Maybe. It's going to be an icing on Cathedral prep right there. 49 seconds into the third period. Riverhawks trail by 2. And the face-off will come down here to the far end. And that'll be to the right of Brown. Right now, Riverhawks being outshot 18-10. Oh man, check to the back right there. As they're tangled up there are a couple of Riverhawks and a couple of Ramblers. First off, getting tied up was number 48 for Armstrong, Ryan McFadden. And he was tied up with, whoops, not the schedule. He was tied up with Hyatt Hetz. So that was the original tie-up between the two teams, and then a couple other guys got involved too, but Riverhawks get a clear. And here comes Rulo with some speed. Rulo trying to get around a defender and then cut off from the other side. And then Rulo delivers a punishing check in the corner, but guess what? Ramblers come out of there with the puck. And here comes Hetz back the other way. And that puck nearly stolen by Duncan, but controlled by the Ramblers. Oh, and a high elbow right there by Klinkensmith, and no call. Oh, man, big hit at center ice as Duncan gets erased. But he's back up on his skates quickly. So the hitting has intensified here in the third period. I couldn't see the number. Backhand attempt in on Brown by Rummel. Oh, that's Mitchell. Sorry about that. Oh, nice pass there. Centering pass by. Oh, that one deflected away. So the centering pass there got into Rummel, and he was able to kind of poke it up there. Hauptman with that centering pass. And that's really been the Riverhawks' best opportunity here in a very long time. Kutchback to get it. Oh, nearly stripped from the puck, but able to control it. And dumped back down in by the Ramblers. That one was in front of the center red line, so no icing on Cathedral Prep. That puck to the middle. Jonas Miller had a stick held, couldn't get it around. And that one bouncing around, and a stop by Huff, and right off the post in front by Cunningham. I think Huff got a piece of that too. Man, that was a glorious opportunity for Cunningham looking for his second goal. He may have actually had the first one as well. They didn't announce the goal scorers, but I know Cunningham got the second one. And Rulo tried to grab that puck and put it down to his stick, and then it just ended up losing it. Don't think he caught it really clean. Centering pass goes through the slot. Nobody there. Oh, Rulo trying to get around. I know that I haven't been. It's hard to do. There's two Rulos out there, okay? Jason and Josh. And I'd love to say Jason and Josh Rulo every single time, but it's not too hard, but people are thinking, like, how fast is Rulo? He's getting from one side of the ice to the other as Rulo defends Rulo right there. Jason got wiped out, and Josh came to his rescue. And Mirando delivers a check behind the play. He's going to get penalized as he got that stick up high right there. And that is going to be a high stick going against Mirando. I think he got Henry Fritz, number 30. Is that 36 or 8? Can't tell. It's Tucker Kinnear. It's 38. So he got Kinnear up top there. I think it was a high stick. So a penalty taken by the Riverhawks. So now Armstrong going to be down a man. And a game that you really wanted to have if you're Armstrong here, and now kind of facing a crunch time with 12 and some change left, 12:27. And you don't want to give up a goal here. The entire Riverhawks bench up on its feet, leaning out over, trying to see what's going on. Well, they're going to send off number 7. That's Ashton Giacchini, and they're calling back Garrett Schwartz. So no changes there. That's going to be a 2-minute high-sticking minor penalty on Aiden Mirando. Trying to center for Cunningham right there. Knocked away by Jonas Miller. And now Prep trying to set up their power play. Back to the blue line here. And fired in on Huff. That was a knuckle puck, really. It kind of danced in there, and Huff got a chest out in front of it right off the Riverhawks logo. Another save for Rexton Huff. He's up to 19 saves in this one. Trying to deliver a hit right there. And coming up a little bit. Oh, Bauer slashes the stick out of the hands of Chris Brewski. Oh, boy, he got lucky that the ref didn't call him on that. That was a over-the-top two-hand slash. Took the stick right off of Brewski, and now, what do we got? An offsides here on the Ramblers. I'll tell you what, Bauer went in there to lay the wood, and Brewski kind of sidestepped him, and Bauer came up, kind of whiffed on the check, and he was frustrated with it, turned around and just two-hand slashed the stick right out of Brewski's hand. Cunningham off the face-off here. Sent across on the power play are the Ramblers. Riverhawks need to keep an eye down low, and Cunningham with the clear out. I'm going to get a butt end into Bauer right there, and Cunningham is pleading his case, but to no avail. I think you're going to get Cunningham on the, the slash right there. I almost called him Richie Cunningham. He's probably never seen an episode of Happy Days in his life. He does have red hair, though. So Easton Cunningham will head to the box. And face-off won by the Riverhawks, fired in. It's 4-on-4 hockey for the next 53 seconds. Armstrong really needs a goal here. Klingensmith keeps it in. Rulo trying to get down into that corner, fighting against Duccini. And with the puck coming out of the zone with speed. And in on Huff, and crunch there. Good check. I think that was clean. That was a fast-moving play right there. And I'll tell you what, Jason Rulo smacked Brewski and sent him flying. And so Rulo, yeah, he's good. He skates off. Brother Josh right beside him. So still 4-on-4 hockey here. Another 29 seconds of that. Then the Riverhawks will have a power play for a minute 2. And controlling the face-off is Armstrong. Milligan lost the puck right there. Tries to work it free. Able to do so. Milligan skating out of there. Grayson Milligan trying to take his defender wide. Sends it down the ice. Did he gain center red? He did. And so back to get it is Duccini. And Duccini lost that puck. Howman ends up with it, gets it into the middle of the ice. There's Mirando, sends one in on Brown. He sticks it away to the corner. And out of there come the Ramblers. But a turnover right there at center red. Jason Rulo dumps it back. And Kutch gets it ahead. And this puck headed back down the ice. So an interesting development that I just kind of noticed. We haven't seen Jake Graff out there for a bit. And I saw his parents as I ran back from the concession stand, and they are no longer here. I haven't seen Jake come back out onto the bench either. So hopefully Jake Graff okay. That's the captain of the Riverhawks team. Suffered an injury earlier in the season that could have been very drastic, but was able to dodge a bullet there. Hopefully Jake's all right. He did get crunched pretty hard on that one check. I'm thinking maybe Riverhawks just trying to be cautious with him. Oh, that one off the post. Colin Kutch put it up high and just rung the bell. That was over the shoulder of Brown and in the net, but it hit that right angle of the post and went flying out the other side. That was a really nice shot by Kutch. And just unable to, oh man, that's a centimeter lower. That's in the goal. But off of the post and crossbar where they meet right there. Now the Riverhawks are going to be shorthanded as Brown races off the ice. And the whistle blown. 8:54 left. No, I was just trying to check my phone to see if I had heard from anybody about Jake Graff, but I'm not seeing him, and he hasn't been out on the ice for quite a bit. So hopefully Jake's okay. And the Riverhawks going to have to play the rest of this game without him, it looks like. And here come the Ramblers turnover and fired back down the ice. That was McFadden able to clear that one. And now 8 minutes left in this one. 2-0 Prep. And that shot short and put into the net. Guess who? Ethan Cunningham gets his second, possibly third of the night. And another huge goal for Cunningham and the Ramblers makes it 3-0. And so the Riverhawks have a very steep mountain to climb if they're to get back into this one, especially minus their captain and top offensive player. And that's another goal for Cunningham, and even though the Riverhawks on the power play, that is a tally for Cathedral Prep. So there is a loose puck here towards center ice. And Rummel trying to get it deep here. And got to give Cathedral Prep credit where it's due. They have shut the Riverhawks power play down tonight. Just Armstrong not really able to do anything offensively. Fight for the puck here. And the penalty is up, so back to even strength. Well, there's a hit behind the play, but no call. Oh, fired across there. Yikes. And they do get a cross-check. Delayed reaction there by the official. Well, Riverhawks back on the man advantage and looked a little more comfortable setting up there. Oh, man, a big collision. Mirando had a meeting of the minds right there. with number 23, Garrett Schwartz, and back down in. But cleared all the way up to Huff. Oh man, after Miranda lost an edge there, I don't know if he was pushed down or there's some goings on there between Rulo and Schwartz. And that was Josh Rulo and Schwartz, and we're going to have a... So wait a minute. The penalty was just off, and now it's back on for Cathedral Prep. I don't know why that went off in the first place. But there's 48 seconds of power play time left for here for the Riverhawks. Turnover. Sent back down. We've had some wacky scoreboard stuff tonight. The score was incorrect in the first game, and now we've got penalties showing up and disappearing. Oh boy, lost an edge right there. Nearly turned it over. And Bauer with the puck. Gets it ahead, and Riverhawks try to drive it deep, but they just can't do it. And another loose puck in front of the net, pulled out of there by Prep. And they have just played pretty darn near flawless game tonight. I mean, I can't really think of a major mistake that they've made. Nothing leading to a goal, obviously, but just the puck presence, team defense, all that stuff, the way they handle the puck. I mean, they're very efficient. And they've done a good job of controlling the pace. They've not allowed the Riverhawks to set up their power play. I mean, they're playing physical when need be. Miller trying to break through, gets it to the forehand, and it is saved by Brown. Are we going to get a penalty? Brown skates over to the corner. Boy, Miller really worked hard to try and get that back to his forehand, and he did. As he was being hauled down to the ice, 3:51 left. Armstrong trying to get in. Rulo. Well, we got a whistle here, and we're going to get a high stick. That's going against Cathedral Prep. And racing forward with it. Riverhawks are going to have a power play here toward the end of regulation. 1:47 left on the power play, 3:10 left in regulation here in the third period. Armstrong in danger of dropping this PIHL Class 2A contest. Cathedral Prep just looking like a machine tonight. That's really all you can say about it. No mistakes, not turning the puck over, good goaltending. When tested, Brown has been good. And Cunningham providing the offensive spark. And an offside's called against the Riverhawks as they try and break in on the power play with 1:17 left on the penalty time. So face-off at center ice here, 3-0 Armstrong. Or excuse me, 3-0 Cathedral Prep. I saw Armstrong win the face-off and my brain got ahead of my mouth, or vice versa. I don't know what it was. I guess my mouth got ahead of my brain, which has happened numerous times in my life. And that one cleared out. So final 2 minutes here in regulation. Riverhawks, barring a West Katanning miracle, are going to fall here to the Ramblers and stay in that 5th place spot for the time being. I believe Coach Eddie Jeremy, Armstrong head coach Eddie Jeremy, told me the top 8 make it, or top 6. I can't recall off the top of my head, but I'm going to look it up. As we reach the final 90 seconds here, Bauer tries to stick handle through traffic. He does, breaks in. Centering pass, no one there. Penalty is done. Another fruitless power play for the Riverhawks. Top 8 make it in the AA playoffs, so the Riverhawks looking good for a playoff spot with 5 games remaining after this one. However, not the kind of, I don't even say showing. I mean, it's not that they played bad. It's just they just, minor mistakes that Cathedral Prep was able to cash in on, and therefore, there's a shot and another one off the post. Unbelievable. So you had one by Kutch off the intersection of the crossbar and the post, and that one right there by Miranda off the post. That's been the story of the night for the Riverhawks, just not getting the break. You need an inch here, an inch there, and this is a whole different game. But that one somehow off the post by Miranda, hit Brown, and somehow stayed out of the net. Sometimes you have nights like this, and it's happened to the Riverhawks tonight. They had 2 glorious opportunities here in the 3rd period to really get back into this game, and both have rung the bell. And Cathedral Prep, they got a goal from Cunningham right after a power play that was, they were not able to cash in on, and I think it was actually shorthanded, that goal from Cunningham. So that'll do it. Buzzer sounds. Riverhawks fall 3-0 here at home to the Cathedral Prep Ramblers. That's a tough loss for Armstrong to take here at home. You want to come back and, get one on the board. Layoff there for the Riverhawks, and had been on the road. That's just a tough one. You come home, you really want to show out for the home crowd. Crowd came out tonight, but then you lose your captain there in the 2nd period, and you lose a lot of your offensive pop going out with him, and it's tough to rebound from stuff like that at any level, let alone the high school level. And that'll just be, just kind of the story of the night there. You saw it at the very end when Miranda hit the post on a wrist shot that, it somehow hit the post, bounced off of Brown's back and didn't go in. And then the shot earlier by Kutch that, I mean, he had Brown beat clean. And it hit the intersection, that right angle at the top corner of the post and the crossbar, and just flew out the backside. I mean, even you've seen goals like that, hit that intersection right there, and then hit the post on the other side and stay in. And it was a game of literal inches, centimeters, whatever you want to say tonight. The Riverhawks just on the wrong end of it. So a tough loss for Armstrong. And I'm going to just give you their records real quick. 1 second. So, whoa. And somebody, Schwartz was trying to flip a puck up to his friends, and he fired it right over the top of some guy's head. Oh my goodness. I wish I would have been able to get that on. You see him going off the ice here, number 23. Oh my goodness. I really wish. Oh man, that was too hilarious, folks. A moment of levity right at the end of this game. He was trying to flip it up. I think his family's down there, and he was trying to flip it over the glass to his family, and he just zipped it. I'm talking like a hard wrist shot, and this guy was walking out, and it just missed him. I mean, it just missed him in the head, like drilling him in the head. And it hit the concrete of the back wall here, and it bounced down. And in the face that he was making, he was just like, when he skated right over to the glass, he's like, "I'm so sorry." And the guy picked up the puck, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm so sorry." Then he flipped it back over the ice, and then Schwartz just kind of tossed it softly with his hand over to his family there, and that was, oh man, tragedy averted, but holy rip, what a hilarious moment there at the end. I really wish you folks could have seen it. It was too much. I'm sorry about all the laughter. I could not contain myself because I was watching him skate over, and I'm thinking, what's he doing? And then he just rips this wrist shot, oh boy, above the glass, and nearly took out a man who was completely unaware of what was happening. But luckily, that didn't happen, and the puck got delivered safely, and Schwartz gets out of here without knocking some guy out cold. Whew, man alive, that was too. It's just one of those things. I really wish I would have had my camera pointed that way, and you could have got to see it happen. But unfortunately, I keep it on the handshake line at the end there, and I was looking up the standings. Riverhawks are going to fall under 500 now with tonight's loss. They'll be 6-7 with a couple of shootout losses. McCourt right behind them at 6-8, and then Cathedral Prep above them. That will now be 10-4-1. So a little space gained there by the Ramblers tonight between themselves and the Riverhawks in the standings. But right now, Armstrong in a playoff spot. The storyline will be, is Jake Graff okay? We're going to have to find out. Luckily, I'm a reporter, sort of a reporter. And I'll try and find out, and hopefully the news is better than not good. Hopefully it's a precautionary thing. He did take a big check, and it was up top. So hopefully just a precaution, and that Jake's okay, because that's a big piece of the Riverhawks lineup. And they got some chances in the third period without him, but trust me, you want to play with him and not without him. Much more, have that time balance heading towards the with him category and not the without him category. So hopefully Jake Graff okay. Riverhawks fall here tonight at the Belmont, 3-0. Thanks for tuning in to High Top Sports Network for our presentation of PIHL Class A hockey. Well, single A we had tonight right before this one. Freeport loses to Avonworth 10-3. And then following it up with double A hockey here, Riverhawks fall to Cathedral Prep 3-0. All right, that's going to do it for me. Check in tomorrow. We got hoops on the network. Armstrong Riverhawks boys and girls doubleheader. And Freeport boys on the docket. So make sure you tune in. Remember, follow us on social media. You can check the website, hightopsportsnetwork.com, Facebook, Twitter. Well, we have a Twitter, but it's kind of weird now. Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Instagram. And you can Obviously, email us if you need to, staff@hightopsportsnetwork.com, or give us a call at the office, 724-824-3554, or send snail mail if you want. Our address is on the website. You can send us a letter or a birthday card like my grandma does. Feel free to put a $10 bill in there. Just kidding. All right, thank you again for tuning in. Thanks for watching High Top Sports Network. My name is Josh Reckengoss. For the entire HTSN team, stay safe and be well.